Hey guys, I'm Owen. I'm Chief Word Officer at Mojang. I do some of the websites, I write some stuff for the games, and I'm currently in the process of redesigning Minecraft.net. But you might know this guy. This is Marcus, or Notch, as you might know him as. He's one of the founders of Mojang and the creator of Minecraft, which I think we all like, and we can thank him for that. So I'm going to be asking Marcus some questions. I'm not going to go into too specific technical stuff, but I thought we can just get a general kind of chat together, something informal, and let's see how it goes. Is that good with you?
That sounds awesome.
Cool. Okay, so looking around, seeing Minecon now, it's incredible how the community has kind of evolved and kind of grown. Mm-hmm. But I think you were probably further away from the actual development of Minecraft than you've been before. Would you agree with that?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, ever since I kind of handed it over to Jens, I've kind of not done much at all on it. I've been looking into maybe doing some tweaks to the sound system because the guys are so busy with the other code. But other than that, I've been trying to basically learn new things and try to prototype new games.
Does it sometimes feel like your kind of kids have flown the nest, like Minecraft is kind of out of reach now and you can't go back in to touch it, or?
A little bit does, yeah. Part of that is because I haven't worked on it for a long while, and part of it is because, frankly, Minecraft is so much bigger than just me or even Mojang. It's so much like what the community does with it.
Yeah.
So it's almost turning into this platform for a game or something.
Yeah, it's become something much bigger than just a piece of software, I guess.
Yeah.
And like, I think Minecon is testament to showing how big it's actually got. Right?
Oh yeah, definitely. It's very impressive to see all the people coming here and all the interesting panels going on and stuff.
Yeah. So you mentioned that you do sometimes feel like kind of delving in and tweaking things. Like, do you think that that's something that you might do later on? Or, I mean, sometimes you guys chat, like you chat with the development team about how Minecraft's going and you might talk technical details, but you don't really go hands-on with the code anymore.
No, I think if I do more coding for it, it's going to be because it's a technical challenge that I find interesting, not because of like game design stuff. The guys seem to be doing a great job on that on their own.
That's awesome. Like you mentioned the mods there. I mean, so many people the community have taken on Minecraft and made it their own, I guess, in lots of ways. Do you kind of feel that? How does it feel to have something new created be kind of channeled in so many different directions? I mean, do you sometimes feel protective over the original Minecraft you made?
When I was doing the development and doing game design, it felt a little bit like, am I losing control of it, like on a personal level? But on the other hand, I grew up as a PC gamer, and the modding has always been such a big part of PC games. Even since, well, actually Wolfenstein and Doom, they really take the game and make it much more than it could be. So I saw it as a positive thing for the game. But then, as a game designer, it feels a little bit intimidating. Because some of the things are cooler than something I would think up, and other things are just maybe not in the direction I would go.
Like, I've talked to quite a lot of you guys over the weekend, and like, I think it's quite funny that when I talk to some of the players, it's like, oh, I love Minecraft, but not vanilla Minecraft. Like, I don't play vanilla Minecraft. How does that feel? Is it kind of weird? I guess it is.
Well, yeah, I didn't really expect as many people to play the vanilla Minecraft as they're doing. It's way larger than the initial idea was, which is awesome, of course, but it's no way to even understand the number of people who play it.
Yeah. I think Minecraft is inspiring loads of players, different types of players, to kind of start dabbling in programming, whether they're using Redstone to create some cool creations or kind of going further into games development. Do you think it's a good example and a good way to bring people into programming?
Well, I think anything that kind of interests you is a good thing. I try not to put too much emphasis on it being good for everyone to learn programming because there's so many other things you can do. I of course find it kind of cool that people do it because I'm a programmer, and if people want to do the same stuff I do, it feels like kind of cool to have a legacy go on. I think it kind of, since when I designed Minecraft, I made it for myself, and I'm a programmer. Maybe that's why some of that is shining through.
Yeah. What about the way you use Java to create Minecraft back in the day? Do you think that's a good route for people to take?
I don't really put any values in different programming languages. I think whatever makes you be able to actually finish a game is a very good thing to pick. So whatever that tool is. I think you have to sometimes, if it grows larger than you think it would, you might want to reconsider like faster languages that are harder to work in or something. But if you're just doing hobby stuff, then the most important thing is actually to be able to keep up the spirit of finishing the game. Back when I started Minecraft, Java was a much more, I would say, viable option for games. Ever since there's been like security issues and stuff with it, so they disable it in browsers, so kind of only support like downloaded stuff in a good sense now. But I think the main benefit that Minecraft actually got out of using Java is that it was actually easy to make mods for it. If you'd written it in C++, it would have been almost impossible.
Cool. When I kind of look around on Xbox or PC or any platform really, there's a lot of games which are kind of inspired by Minecraft. There's some games which are arguably kind of clones of Minecraft. Where do you draw the line between those things? Where do you think when does it become something which I guess is a direct rip-off of Minecraft?
I don't really mind direct rip-offs either. I think if you start to use the name or imply that it is Minecraft and things like that, then it's wrong because we need to be able to protect our product. But if you take the game ideas or the look and stuff like that without actually taking the exact textures, then I think that's cool. Some of them, maybe they get a little bit confident and start making into you saying that the game is better than Minecraft and trying to justify cloning it. And that's when you get into a weird area. I think just saying that, yeah, I cloned that game because it's an awesome idea and I want to make one, then yeah, go ahead and make it. That's how games and all products get better. You get inspired by someone else and do your own take on it.
That's cool. That's cool. Okay. So I thought we'd talk a bit about you as a person, if that's okay.
Sure.
So at the moment, it kind of feels like you are still the kind of boss of Mojang, I think. Not for me personally working there, but I think people think of you as the face of Mojang. Do you still feel like you're the boss, like you're the king of Mojang?
The king of Mojang. I think not really in that sense. I think I more realized that I am the most visible person. And I am one of the founders, so of course I have probably the most say in the company if I ever feel really passionate about something. I try to be kind of cool and let people, if a lot of people disagree with me, I kind of go, well, okay, obviously I'm either wrong or I'll get to laugh in their faces later. So but it's more that I kind of realized that I had that position because of how it started, basically just being me.
The thing is, like most games developers are kind of not faceless, but there's a couple of high-profile games developers you could kind of recognize, or most gamers could recognize. But you've ended up in this position where you are, I think even in popular culture outside of gaming, people recognize who you are. How has that come about?
I don't really know. It's a little bit strange because when I started making Minecraft, I was on this game developer forum, and that's kind of how I was talking about it. And then people were interested in this, so I set up like a blog writing about it and started tweeting, and people from there started joining it, and it kind of grew from there. And I haven't really done many like public interviews, and I don't like submit articles to web gaming sites or anything. So it kind of just grew organically, and I didn't really control it or want to control it. It's a strange position to be in because I'm a very introvert person. Not necessarily very introvert, but I kind of prefer to be alone sometimes. So it's a strange position to be in, but on the other hand, if I have fans because I made something they like, then I try to make sure to take the time to meet them. Like in a big convention like this, it can get a little bit overwhelming. But like if people on the street see me and say hi, then I kind of just realize, well, I made this thing they like, and I should say hi.
Do you think that whether it's the success of Minecraft or, everyone knows that you and Mojang has made a lot of money from it. Do you think that you've changed over the years as a person?
Well, probably, but I also changed before running this as well. I kind of, if you look back 5 years, you're kind of rarely the same person as you were before, and I assume the great success of Minecraft has changed in some way. I feel like at the core I'm still kind of the same person, But I'm slowly getting more used to perhaps like talking in front of people or whatever. And I got a little bit more careful with my opinions on the internet.
Yeah. Like, that's another interesting thing, your kind of Twitter feed.
Yeah.
Like, your Twitter feed can kind of make or break a game. It can kind of literally break websites, and regularly does.
Yeah.
Like, do you feel that kind of with great power comes great responsibility thing now with your Twitter feed?
I had a period where I kind of felt like that and I was getting a little bit scared of it. But then I kind of realized that most of the people who follow me, they're following because they kind of like the more personal touch on it and not because I tried to turn it into something, I don't know, corporate or whatever. So I tried to go back to tweeting more personal stuff because hopefully that's interesting to people. And that's what I want to tweet anyway.
Yeah, I think people are interested in your opinion on stuff, regardless of the fact that you made Minecraft. I think you've got a good perspective on the games industry, and people respect that.
Yeah, and a rule I set up is I never like tweet on request. So even if it's a good friend and he made something cool, I only tweet it if I actually like independently or something find it and really like it. I mean, there's been a few exceptions, but I always kind of feel a little bit dirty if I haven't really done it for the right reason.
Yeah. Have you regretted any tweets that you've sent?
Yes.
Have you have you deleted any?
Probably. I usually keep it up because, I don't know.
YOLO.
Yeah, YOLO. Yeah, I think I've deleted one or two tweets. Well, probably if I had like a horrible typo and I retweeted it again, I tried to delete the original. But some Twitter clients don't show the delete, so they just show both of the tweets anyway.
Like, talking about you changing, like, why don't you wear the fedora anymore?
I don't know. I wasn't really wearing a fedora before I started Minecraft, and I happened to be wearing it at the time because Jacob mostly. And then when I was asked to send pictures to the places I had the fedora on, and then it kind of became this image thing, part of the thing, and it was like easier for me to use it as an identity. Like when I'm at like Minecon or something, I can be like the guy in the hat that's Notch, and I can like also personally think like I'm Marcus now without the hat. But then I don't know, during the summer it's very warm to wear a hat, so I did it for a long time, and now I get used to not doing it. I might put it back on when it gets snowy and cold because it's kind of nice to protect your head. Well, I do have hair; it's just receding.
I think it's kind of awesome to see how many people wear fedoras at Minecon.
Yeah.
It's really kind of like a sea of fedoras everywhere.
Yeah.
But it's cool. I mean, it's nice. It's nice to know you've influenced people's fashion sense as well as their gaming sensibilities.
I don't know if necessarily follow the fashion sense of a game developer is the best idea.
So, I think you've discussed this previously, but it's quite interesting. Do you think of yourself as is your strength as a game designer or a programmer?
I think, if I have to be honest about it, I think I'm a stronger game designer than a programmer. Partially because I'm self-taught and I have some bad habits there. But I identify primarily as a programmer because that's the most fun, just programming and prototyping and playing and getting things to pop up on the screen and interacting with like user input and stuff. That's what I enjoy the most.
Yeah. Recently, you've made a couple of kind of small little projects. You made Drop. You made Shambles. They're little tiny things, but were those the moments when you kind of what brought on that drive to make those games?
When I do like games programming, I start with like small prototypes, and that's kind of how Minecraft started. And then I just explore this game mechanic for a while and see if it's interesting. I usually don't have the full picture until like, I don't know, a week or so into the picture, or the game, when I kind of see what I'm actually building. And sometimes something just sticks and I just complete it. Usually it's because it's a competition or something. Like if I do the Ludum Dare, it's like 48-hour gaming competitions, then you have a start date and an end date, and you can sit down and actually have to do it. And then I can actually complete things. But otherwise, if it's something that actually feels like it's turning into something that could be something, then I try to finish it.
I mean, we had 10 to the Sea back in the day, and that's not being made by Mojang anymore, but the community have kind of taken it on.
Yeah.
Like, I think one of the interesting things about Mojang is that we've got the opportunity to do that. Like, imagine if 10 to the Sea was kickstarted, I mean,
Yeah.
it would have to be completed. Do you think that we're going to continue in that vein, maybe trying different projects and then maybe not make them or maybe making them, or do you think we're going to have more regimented things that we're going to complete at certain times?
I think that we should aim for a mix of it. I think there are some things we need to do, like we need to have the customer support and payment systems working, and those are kind of the big projects we need to do. But those are a little bit more internal. And I think when it comes to game development, I would prefer it if we did it in more the style that I'm comfortable with, just experimenting. Because we have the opportunity to do it, like having a small team that has a game that's kind of too big of a success compared to the small team. So we could just do prototypes hopefully and see what sticks. And then whether or not we want to talk about it publicly depends on the team who's working on it. Because sometimes there's a little bit too much pressure when you work on it, and it doesn't feel as exploratory anymore.
Yeah, I think Mojang is unique in that sense, in the way we're kind of privileged to be able to do that kind of thing. Yeah, it's interesting. On that note, I mean, do you feel a kind of like the Minecraft success is obviously awesome, and there's so many people who love Minecraft. But do you sometimes feel like it's a kind of burden on your shoulders when you're making new things, like you need to follow up and need to go even close to what Minecraft has become?
Yeah, I had a period when I definitely felt like that. And I didn't necessarily know that I felt that way. I just had it I kept comparing everything to Minecraft, and that's kind of how Tent to the Sea came to be, but I think it's what's too big for me at the time to do. Maybe in the future when I don't feel that burden, I might do it. But then I kind of thought about it for a while, and then I decided, no, I'm just going to do the small prototypes for now. And it feels better. It's not really a burden, because it's one of the biggest blessings in life, obviously.
Of course.
That it happened. So I'm still happy about it, but it does affect me in a way.
Yeah, and I think it'd be impossible for it not to affect you, really. I mean, it's a pretty big game.
No, it's a completely crazy thing.
Let's talk about some little things. The logo, it's not up there yet at the moment, but what is it?
I don't know. I have no idea. It's way back in the day when me and Rolf Jansson were working on a game called Vermin 9. We had a company called Mojang Specifications. I got to keep that name after we kind of split ways. And I designed the logo for it as well. And it's just basically me playing around in Adobe Illustrator for a while.